Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Michael of M.O.D's Catering Services. In this short tutorial, you're going to learn how to make this simple two-tier cake, and it's going to be in a beautiful gold leaf with beautiful sugar flowers and leaves for our lovely couple. It's been in our gallery for long, and I decided to just edit it and post it for you guys to learn something, a thing or two that when it comes to making a lovely cake with some gold leaves, your sugar flowers, and your leaves arrangement. So you're going to do our normal covering, which we always do when it comes to making our cakes. That's either a wedding cake or our birthday cakes. So this was a simple two-tier wedding cake, and we tried to bring our best to the venue because we wanted something exceptional. So after rolling and carving, we flipped, we did our sharp edges. We pressed just the same old ways. We have no new way. We flip, we push so it meets to the top. Then we cut off the excess. Then we press again so we make sure it's very, very light and flat. So as you can see, we are pressing so hard to make sure it's very, very flat and light on the board. Then we take or cut off the excess. When you're done, we flip that, then we cover both tiers. So this is our 10 inches. The other size was our 6 inches. So we wanted a 3 inches space around it to accommodate our sugar flowers and design we wanted to do. So after cutting the whole edges, we just passed it around for the last time. I normally do that most often to get my edges super clean. Afterwards, after cutting, we just cut the base, which is the one which is going to be at the top. So with the help of our smoother and our shovel, we just cut off the top as well. That's after cutting the very base, then we cut the top with the help of our fondant smoother. Then when you are done, we flip onto our board. Then we proceed to do our design. So this is how we cut the top before flipping, because we wouldn't want to maybe end up messing our main board. So here is our 10 inches and here is our 6 inches. So in order to stick your gold leaf to your cake, you need to steam that first. You need to steam your cake and make sure it has that shiny or glossy surface, which is a result of steaming. Once you get that, you start sticking your gold leaf to it. Sticking your gold leaf directly to your fondant wouldn't work. The best way is to steam your cake. Make sure your cake has been well steamed. As you can see with the help of my steamer, then I stick it. So I steam and I stick. There is an easy one, so it dries out anytime I'm done steaming. And one advantage with AC is sometimes after steaming your cake, it dries out and it leaves that glossy look on your cake. That's the advantage with AC, working with AC. So we are going to stick the 10 inches, then we come to our 7 inches, then we stick that as well. We have a pattern. They came up with a design and we are just following the design they came up with. So we are just doing it in the pattern, something beautiful, not too much of a gold leaf. So we are just going to repeat that with our 6 inches. So we just apply the gold leaf, just something beautiful to the surface and the sides of our cakes. So we're just going to stick that up with the help of our steamer. Then we just make sure we do that beautiful arrangement of our gold leaf. That's our front design. That's what we did for the front design. We're just going to stick all around, making sure we've arranged them and closed any gap. Then we follow the pattern we are supposed to follow, sticking them separately, leaving spaces in there to make the design look exactly what they sent. The only detail we changed was the sugar flowers. We came up with something different for them because we wanted something that will stand out. And that is what we did for them. So after arranging our gold leaf, Here we have our beautiful 2-tier cakes, which are ready and well designed with our gold leaf. So we decided to add a little bit more details to the very base tier by sticking more of our gold leaves to it. So we steamed and kept adding in more and more and more of the gold leaf to make sure you are not missing out on any details that the picture descends. You're not missing out on any details. So now our lovely 2-tier cake is ready. So we add in a little bit more details, then we just move to our work surface. Then we can push in our dowel rods, stack them together. Then we add in our lovely sugar flowers. So please, with gold leaf, when you are working with gold leaf, we have the leaf booklet, which has the full leaf pattern there. But this had patches of gold leaf, and we didn't want to go in for that leaf booklet. We have a full gold leaf, but we use the scattered ones, the ones they have in pieces. That's what we use. When you just check through, you get bigger sizes. So here we have our cake. We have to divide it into two, find the center, then mark around to make sure we are having the base for our top tier. So our top tier was a 6 inches cake, and we had to mark that up. Then we started pushing in our dowels. The dowel has to be in between the line we created. If you're not good with creating a pattern on your dowel rod by just passing your serrated knife around it whilst it's in the cake, you just look for an edible marker, you mark your dowel rods before cutting. So here we have our 4 dowel rods. I'm going to gently push that inside. Then when we are done, I love working with center dowels. It's best for a tiered cake. So I just take out the toothpick, then I replace with a center dowel. Center dowel holds both tiers together. I love working with them because it holds both tiers together, and you have to stack your cake. You have to make sure you're stacking them well. Afterwards, you're going to add in our royal icing. Then we add in our small, that's our 6 inches cake, to complete our 2-tier cake design. So we add in a partial amount of our royal icing. Then when we are done, we reach out for our second tier. So as you can see, this is our 6 inches, and I'm looking for the center, so I'm going to push that in. If you check closely, the cake looks glossy. Yes, it's glossy, it's not wet, it's dried. So that's the advantage you get when you work in an air-conditioned room. After steaming your cake dries out completely, and it leaves your cake looking all glossy after steaming. That's when you're done steaming and you leave your cake in an air-conditioned room. The fondant will dry completely, but it will leave that glossy look on your fondant design. So now, let's arrange our floral edible sugar flowers on our cake. So I'm just going to push that on the side. Then we add some to the top tier. The bottom tier, we add in our lovely, beautiful, painted edible leaves. So I showed you how to do dusting of our sugar leaf. It's on our page, sorry. So when you flip through, you find a video of how we dusted our lovely sugar flowers. It's easy. It makes it look more realistic. So you're going to push some of the flowers on the side and make sure we have this beautiful floral arrangement on this simple and cute 2-tier wedding cake. So the cake was well done. We didn't need any molds underneath any tier. We didn't need to fill out any tier with any royal icing on. No, everything was well done, neatly stacked. You wouldn't see any parts being taller than the other. No, you wouldn't see spaces underneath any. So we are done arranging our lovely edible flowers. Now let's start pushing in some lovely sugar leaves. And in order to do that, we curled them. So as you can see, after taping, we tilted and curled the wires a little bit to make it look more real and more realistic. So you're just going to push in our sugar leaves. The top, the side, we will let some descend. It will be ascending and some on the side. So as you can see, we've tilted the leaves in a way that's going to just shoot any formation you are going to put them in. So here we had just 3 leaves on our flower wire, and I'm just going to gently push that into our cake. Ganache tends to harden sometimes, so you have to just be careful when you're pushing in your floral designs or your details that needs to go through the ganache. So you're just going to add in some of the flowers to the sides. Then we allow some to descend. So here, as you can see, after pushing in flowers, we readjust them to make sure the leaves are more visible. So I'm just going to add in the very one that will descend. Then the other one that's going to be on the middle tier. So we call that, we push that in. Then when you are done, we adjust the leaves very well. You have to be careful because you end up breaking your leaf petals. They are fragile. I normally cut them very thin and light. So when you're done, we just adjust them. Isn't this lovely? We are almost done and I'm just loving the whole design. It's so easy, it's so simple. We have a video on how to do your sugar flowers. We have a video of how to dust your sugar flowers, dust your leaves to make it look more real or more realistic. So you're going to add in our very last leaves. That you're going to add it to the middle of our 2-tier, and we added our topper, and here we have this lovely 2-tier cake for our lovely couple. Don't you love this beautiful design? Please do give it a try and share this with your friends to also learn. If you've not subscribed, please do so and kindly like the video too. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Michael of M.O.D Catering Services.